Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the meeting of the Weare Board of Selectmen for February 7th, 2022. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comment.
Hi, Richard Brown, 37 George Moody Road. I want to know what your reclamation plan is for Duck Pond.
Okay.
I have elevations here for Moody Pond, because you're screwing that one up too.
Okay.
I've been to DES. What you guys have done down there is wrong,
As far as what?
draining that pond.
Okay.
That's always been a pond. My father remembers it as a kid being a pond. I've been here 63 years, it's always been a pond. Now you guys just go in there and drain it. Sherry, you must remember skating down there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can't do that. I mean, they pulled it out. It's a wonder some kids didn't get killed. They drained it with ice on it. Somebody would have walked out there, they would have, there's no water under the ice.
Well, I saw it had concaved in some the other day, but
There's just a stream down through there.
yeah. Well,
I don't believe we have a plan, sir.
Well, you better get one. I mean, I don't care, trap the beavers, get them out of there, but what's been going on the last 3-4 years has been ridiculous
I-
between the state and the town. I have, and when they go down to Moody Pond, they broke that dam open, which is on private property. It's on our property. You can go down there and look, you can see where the state fence, there's a post there, and then there's a metal post over by the big maple tree by Paula Russell's, well, her old house. That's the line. They have no right to go on the other side of that. And plus, that's our fire protection. Because they've drained that down. Because that, they kept messing with the flow, they kept ripping the dam out, they messed the flow up, and then it finally blew out Moody Pond Dam. You know, I mean, I know the dam was rickety and anyway, but, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on there and it shouldn't be.
You talking us or the state?
What's that?
Are you talking us or the state?
I didn't,
Are you talking us or the state? Because I saw a state backhoe on 114.
no, those, the town's been in there,
well,
I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was the state guy. He was sitting in there for the longest time. I went up and back to town a couple times and he was there still.
yeah. The state was
Because I know
there last week.
Benji is touching, or he's supposed to be here later, but down along the edge of the road is where he hasn't touched up there. It's usually,
Where?
I thought it's been the state that's been there.
So the, but
No,
By the
he
dam.
ripped out Duck Pond.
By the Duck Pond Road, not up by the state road, right?
And then they took out the dam down there where the cistern, the fire hydrant is. That side of
Could have sworn that was
114.
the state, though.
Yeah.
I could have
That
sworn
was
that
the
was the state.
state.
I'll have to ask Benji.
What's that?
I said I could have sworn that was the state. That one
No,
by
because they were
Tina's with the
dumping around
fence.
it. They were by the septic, the sewer treatment plant. They were
Okay.
there, and then they were across the street at Duck Pond.
Okay. I thought that was the state on
no.
both Tina's and the other. I do know around by the post office, they did take some out of there. But I
Yeah.
thought the state was at the other two
Because,
places.
I mean, they kept breaking that dam open, and flood the culvert up with sticks, then it'd flood over the road. Now you're gonna have to dredge that whole brook, the whole brook out between Duck Pond Road and Moody Pond, because there's only about a quarter of the culvert even showing. All all the erosion and everything filled that brook bed in.
I guess, I thought it was the state, but we'll have to check.
Yeah, we'll have to check.
I thought the state did the 2 on 114, and we were just up on Duck Pond.
Well, hopefully, I mean, I talked to DES,
Okay,
they gotta come out here, and
yeah, that's fine.
it should be, that pond should be redone. You know, it's gone past, you guys have dug, it's way down, way ever below where it should be.
Yeah, I mean, when DES comes out, we have to address it, but I thought it was the state, but they'll have to address it too, so.
Yeah, because if it's on that side where it comes out, I believe that's on state road, so states should be taking care of that.
Where?
Well, what
That's a
he's,
state culvert on,
Yeah, so ain't Duck Pond. Well, it's a town there, that's state
no,
property.
I'm saying the one on Duck Pond, right there, that's state culvert too.
Right. There used to be a
State should be
culvert, there
doing
used to be
all
a
that.
culvert, they used to maintain that pond, that level, when they built the road in 69.
Right.
And that pond always maintained that level, then the beavers got in there, then the state got in there. And I don't know which one was smarter, but. And then finally, they ripped the culvert out, now that they've ripped it down so deep, it's just a stream running through Duck Pond.
We'll take a look at it. Let's
well,
look
we're
into
gonna
it.
have to figure out who.
Yeah, we'll have to see who's into it. I don't even know who did it. Whether
I know
state,
the- I know the
town,
I
or
know the
DES.
town- I know the town did Duck Pond.
Okay,
I'm not sure, I mean, maybe it was the state, but
all right,
on Moody Pond.
all right.
On the Moody Pond thing, there's a stake there, and there's a big maple tree on Paula Russell's lawn there. There used to be a metal stake there, that was the property line, they're set back for the state. And they're beyond that, where there's a little beaver dam there. I don't know why anybody would want that taken out, because that's right where your hydrant is,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, it's
For the
understandable.
center of town. I don't know why the firemen ain't up in arms, but they should be.
Well, we'll take a look into it, because right now, we don't know. So we'll
Okay.
take a look into it.
Like I said, there's stuff going on, it shouldn't be going on. You know, I mean, if I went and if I dug out that bank like that, I'd be in jail.
Understood.
So, that's all I have to say about that.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. You wanna see these elevations?
I'm sure that they're on the
Well,
plan.
I mean,
We'll take 'em
is that a copy, or do you want me to make a copy?
Make a copy. All right, let me take it out. In this area.
Okay. Want me to go make a copy? Or is that a
I
copy?
think this one's the same. That's a little better.
Yeah, you just took the copy of this top piece,
Right.
because it's right
Mike,
here.
yeah, right here.
Yeah. Okay, just this top piece. Okay,
All right,
thank you, Rick.
we'll take a look at it. Anybody else for public comment? Okay. Gonna appoint a new planning board member.
Andy,
Paul-
right? Hang on. Are you here to discuss Pondview?
Yes.
Did somebody ask you to come?
I was told that there was possible meeting.
Okay.
Referring to that side.
He's the owner of
Oh,
the,
of the.
and he thought it was gonna be talked about tonight. Do you wanna we wanna just, I don't want him to sit here all night, because it's
No.
not gonna be talked about.
No, is Paul coming in or no?
I haven't heard from him, but
Okay.
I think the weather's gonna be a problem to solve.
Right, well, I think we can do that, and then we'll have plenty of time.
Paul's not here.
Are we not gonna
Well,
appoint
you've
him?
never met him. He's
All right.
brand new.
Do we wanna wait with Paul then?
Yeah, you usually have to.
Okay. All right, we'll wait then, it's fine, okay. Table
So,
it.
Let's address the
yeah, so this is
Pondview.
the
Okay.
gentleman that came before zoning. This is Andrew Volkman.
Yep,
Do you want me to?
yeah, good.
So, we received an email, Andrew, regarding, the deed restrictions that have been removed from,
Can you just come up to the podium, please? Thank you.
let me think, I could find it. So we got an email from your neighbors,
Yes.
indicating that, there might have been an error made because the property that you planted to a duplex on way back in the 80s when Mount Williams sold it to the original owner, which was Ed Dion, there were deed restrictions of no multifamily homes. Since then, along the way, the deed restrictions got dropped. somehow, some way. So, our town council basically, they wanted to meet with us about it. And town council basically said that it's not a town issue. If they want to bring some sort of stop to you, they can as a neighborhood, but it would have to go to court, not here. It's
Okay.
civil between the landowners and you as the owner.
Okay.
So it's got nothing to do, we're not talking about it. It's
Tonight,
got
no.
nothing to do with us for civil. It's between other parties. So I just didn't want you sitting here all night. I recognize you from the zoning board.
Yep.
So we're not discussing it. It's not in our court, kind of.
Okay.
It's theirs.
We're not planning on being involved in this.
No,
All right.
so,
Great.
then you don't have to stay here all night, so.
Thank
You're,
you.
you're welcome
Thank you.
to stay if you like.
Like I say, if you want to stay, you're
He's
more than
got other
welcome,
things,
but
I'm
you don't
sure.
have to.
The weather's bad, you know.
Oh, yeah. We'll go with that one. The weather's bad, yeah. So. All right. Yep, thank
Thanks.
you. We'll move, well, what time is it?
You gotta wait.
Yeah, oh, I gotta wait.
You
I know.
you could do other things.
Oh, I know, I planned on it, I just didn't know what time it was. Gonna move to the manifest. Gonna move to order treasurer to sign payroll accounts payables checks dated February 10th, 2022, as included in the following manifest. Payroll manifest of $82,831.86 for weekly payroll. Accounts payable, $505,826.18. John Stark for $250, Weare School District for $300, for a total of $1,138,658.04. The following manifest previously ordered to be signed at the January 24th meeting. Payroll manifest of $67,926.74 for weekly and fire payroll checks dated 2/3. Accounts payable of $89,989.90 for checks dated 2/3. And a supplemental accounts payable manifest of $38,596. As there is no selectmen's meeting scheduled for Monday, February 14th, please further order the treasurer to sign payroll checks dated February 17th, estimated to be about $75,000. Further order the treasurer to sign up to the amount of $90,000 for accounts payable that cannot wait until the next scheduled meeting. Reports and actual check amounts will be reported to the Board of Selectmen by inclusion in the manifest memo at the next scheduled meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? Yes.
Yes.
Move on to minutes.
We got a lot of them.
Yes, we do. And I, for some reason, cannot find all of them.
They're all on the they're on the website.
You go to the website, find them all.
I just go to the downloads,
Oh.
and I try and download them.
Why you get paper copies.
Listen here, you. Maybe if I had a computer at the house,
First one.
them fancy things, you know.
Oh, excuse me. Which one's you gonna start at 6?
12-6.
Yeah, 12/6, that's where we'll start. Still trying to find our board here. Come on.
A long meeting, 9 pages.
Yeah, it was, I figured as much. The agendas, the minutes. View all. Come on, where are you? There you are, right there. Ta-da! Page 1,
Oh, yeah.
You're doing 12/6?
correct.
Yeah.
All set?
Yep.
Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Second, moved and seconded, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 27th.
Abstain.
Abstain?
I wasn't here.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he wasn't here.
Read the minutes.
Okay. I did, for a minute. There was a few of them.
Yeah. sure.
1227, page 1. 2,
Yeah, about halfway down. Selectman Van asked if the DPW had any trouble with that over the weekend. The third line down towards the end, underneath shift and linkage burned in half. That one, is it underneath and shift linkage burned in half? What exactly burned?
it was a wiring harness.
Wiring and harness and part of the shift linkage.
Yeah, so change it from underneath to wiring harness and shift linkage,
Okay.
I would say. That'd probably be
Okay. That it?
Yep.
Okay. 3, move to approve as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
The 3rd. Page 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6.
Make a motion to accept as written.
Second. Move and seconded. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes?
Abstain.
Good job. Both of you.
Both do. I wasn't here.
All right, January 10th, page 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7.
Make a motion, we accept his minutes for the, was it the
Tenth.
10th as written?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Abstain? Wasn't here. 17th, page 1. Page 2. Move to approve as written.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Yes.
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 Abstain.
Abstain.
Wasn't here.
I
I see
wasn't
that.
here that night either. I was still in North Carolina, I think. No, I was still in.
No, you were in Las Vegas.
out in,
You lost your mind.
I
'cause
was
you
out,
got
yeah, I was out
remarried
in
again.
Arizona and Las Vegas.
You said I do again.
Oh, yeah. All right, 24th, page 1.
What about the 17th?
We already did those.
Did
We
those.
just did those.
No, that was the.
We just did the 17th.
Oh, yeah.
Just did-
Oh, we
it
just
was
did
on
You're
the,
on the
pages.
24th.
We're on the 24th.
yeah, okay, 24th.
Page 1,
Crossed out the wrong one.
2, and 3. Move to approve as written.
Second.
Second.
All in
Oh,
favor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Abstain. At least we're getting them done.
It's true. Hopefully they won't be this hard again.
27th.
The 27th, page 1. Page 2.
The only thing I'd want to change on that,
Which
first,
one? Which page?
sorry, page 2. Vice Chairman Meany, moved, so on and so forth. Carry the letter to Banks, just Banks Chevrolet,
Yeah,
Oh,
just for
just-
clarity.
okay.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes as
Correct.
amended.
Second?
Moving seconded, all in favor?
Yes.
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 Done.
Yay.
Finally.
Who made the motion? I'm sorry.
I did.
Yeah,
Second?
I did.
It was all?
yes.
Yes.
I think that was the first meeting we were all here for.
No, the 27th you were too. A month later, a month earlier.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's do some speaking assignments.
Wait, hang on one second.
Okay,
Just catching up.
that's fine.
Gary, we can't start till 7, so. We're
We'd
not-
love to.
We're not just sitting here for fun.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
getting,
I mean, it's something we would do, but. All right,
You got about
all right,
9 minutes.
exactly. I figured we could nail out the.
Nail some of these out
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. The operating budget.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Nobody wants to?
employee library raises.
I'll do that.
I was gonna grab that one too, but okay.
You might as well do, or do you want to do the town and the library? Sherry?
Yeah, I don't care, sure.
Okay. Well, I just did kind of, oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah,
You said library, so I said yes.
oh,
No, the other one was the first, number 4.
All right,
Town
yeah, the first one
employee.
was town, and then the second one was library.
Yeah.
Okay. Park?
I'll take care of that.
I wrote park, sorry.
Yeah. 2 full-time EMTs, I'll take that. Ambulance, I'll take that. Capital area,
I'll take that.
okay. Cruiser,
I'll take that too.
skate park equipment,
I can take that.
transfer station special revenue fund,
I'm 50-50 on that, whether I even want to support that.
well, it's on the warrant now,
I know,
so you can speak to
I'll
it.
take it.
Okay. The trucks,
I'll
all
take-
three of them?
I'll take all three trucks and road
I was
reconstruction.
gonna take the trucks, but okay.
And road reconstruction. Oh, there you go.
Oh, he's gonna take all of that.
Yep, master plan update, CRF. I guess I can take that one. Cypre,
Well, I can do it, I mean,
So if you wanna do it.
okay, town forester,
yeah,
Yeah, you're taking that too, Sherry? Okay.
sure, yeah,
town parcel of conservation land,
yeah, I guess so.
veterans credit,
I'll take it.
elderly exemption.
I misspelled it, but that's okay. You know what I
Just
meant.
looking.
Like I said, I'm looking at it going, there's
Elderly.
a couple missing E's here. Anybody want that?
I'll take it.
I was gonna say. Nothing else, I'll take that one then too.
Okay.
I can talk too, but it's just after you guys do.
Jack taking 23?
No,
Cemetery trustees, who wants that one?
because it has to go to the Board of Selectmen at that point.
We're at 23.
Delegate cemetery trustees to the BOS.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just getting approval for it.
I don't care,
Yeah.
if you want, I'll speak to it, I don't give,
Okay.
I'll speak to that one too.
Oh, no, that's wrong initials. There we go. Reinstate the ethics committee. We all fought hard for that.
You know what's that?
I said we all fought hard for that. I guess I can take that one.
Other business.
I'll take that one.
You gonna make a motion to adjourn?
I can do that too.
What's the other business?
Just
That's
anything
always
else.
it-
It's
anything
always the
somebody
last
brings up.
line, any other business come before the board, before this meeting,
Oh,
before
for
we
the, yeah,
adjourn,
before we adjourn, yeah.
All this stuff that we thought we were gonna have a discussion.
Increase,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess not, we dodged that.
We did dodge that one.
But, you don't think it won't come back
Hey, Ben.
in a couple of weeks?
Oh, at
Oh,
least.
no, probably too late now.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
I don't really
By
care.
that time, but it always happens to come back,
Are you,
a month
are we
later.
pulling you away from work?
I was gonna fill them in, I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
John Van.
You guys.
It's gonna be one of those lingering,
Skate park, that's John Van, right?
it's like a bad tooth, it just keeps
That's the plan update.
Me.
You.
prodding all night long.
Veterans was who?
Me.
Right. Elderly exemption?
Jack.
I got that one too. Delegate to the trustees of the Board of Selectmen, I got that.
Jack, and I got the next two.
Okay.
Well, that chewed up 7 minutes.
Yep.
Good. Get it chewed up.
I don't think it's gonna run into it.
Bring him up
I
about,
know, but I think it's gonna run into the 7 o'clock hour. We only got 4 minutes
yeah.
left.
I figured it would.
I'd like to, but I
What's
think we're
that?
too close to talk about public comment with the director, but I think it's too close to 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
We can do that in between, because we're gonna have some time,
Yep.
so.
Want to start with the admin report? We got 4 minutes to kill.
I'm
Okay.
catching up. Give me a second.
Yeah, she's still working on it, so. We can sit here in peace for a minute.
Got any other correspondence or other business?
I don't. Any
I don't.
correspondence, other business from any other board members?
So we're
Other
skipping right to
business?
adjournment now? Awesome.
Yes.
No,
yeah, I do.
we could.
What is it?
The only thing I had,
The barn down there, I told you I'd apply for a grant
Mm-hmm.
for that. I need to let you know that to do the
All
grant.
right, well, let's tell the whole board.
Okay, so, I told you last summer, when the roof was in bad shape down there from the wind, that I would apply for a grant for the barn.
We're talking on the East Road barn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Barn. Okay, so I can do that, but I have to put it on the State Register of Historic Places first. So I'd have to have permission from the whole board to fill the paperwork out, to put it on the state.
What does that involve, as far as the paperwork?
Well, you have to do photos, and I'll have to do measurements and that kind of stuff.
there-
Documentation, how old the barn
Like I say,
is.
do they require any back documentation as
Yeah,
far as
they're
history
gonna
and
have to,
stuff?
I would-
or-
No, I mean, I only can go back circa to, I think 1811, when the house was
Okay,
built.
Can we
and
do
they-
some, can we even do that on something we don't own?
yeah, where it's a lease.
It's not that. You're gonna sign, you'll have to sign
Yeah,
it.
no, I understand that, but where the town technically doesn't own it, it's a lease.
I put I put the,
We own it, they
you
lease
own
it.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, oh, all right,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we do own it.
Yeah,
I think
you
this-
own it, we don't.
There's been addition done to that that's no longer part of the historic part.
No,
Were they
no, that's
accepted as
not. It's only the first section,
that? Okay.
okay?
Okay,
But you won't get the grant without doing that.
right,
Okay,
that's
well,
fine.
You won't even be considered.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't.
I mean, if it's truly got the historical value, which I think it does, because
Yeah.
we've been in it,
Yeah, it's 1811.
it's definitely
that first section.
1800s.
Yeah, at least part of it does anyway, the back end.
Right,
The first part.
the first
so
part.
Closest to the road.
Close to the road is,
But the back end
right,
That's all
yeah,
new.
that's all addition from the, yeah,
from
That was
50
probably
years
from.
ago.
previous owner.
60s,
Well,
70s.
the last section's probably only 25 years ago. The
Yeah,
middle section's
yeah.
probably more like 50.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because he used that for his.
Construction business.
For
Alright.
his, yeah.
Yeah.
when he
Does the
built-
board have any,
Is there any cons in doing that, Sherry?
Not that I'm aware of.
There's nothing that's gonna prevent something in the future for us being able to do to that building.
building or property area?
No, you can do pretty much whatever, because we
No,
went.
you can't really, because if you
You're taking
wanna
away from
change
historical
something,
value.
yeah.
If it's a
It has to
historic
stay the
building.
way
Has
it
to
is.
stay, yeah, you can't just do
It'll be a
anything.
historic building, but you can do what if
So
you
when you-
decided you wanted to, put up a room inside of a section of that barn or whatever, you could do that.
So it has to be historic to when it was originally built?
No, it just is stating that the building itself is
Has historic
historical
value.
I just wanna make
because
sure
of
we're
the
not,
age.
we're not
and-
gonna get screwed into having to, we have to replace the roof with a specific
No.
old style, we can't just use regular metal.
No, because I put the Clinton Groves on the state register. I did that quite a few years ago, and that's got an asphalt roof on it.
Okay.
Okay, they'll replace it with whatever on it. So if we go after it, probably just put another
Somebody
metal
did
roof on it.
replace. So in other words, the Clinton Grove was replaced from whatever else, Slate or whatever prior.
But
That was
whatever.
probably
Before it went
either,
on the register.
it was probably Cedar Shakes, my
Okay.
guess.
Shakes
Yeah.
could be any number of things. Yep.
All right,
okay.
well, we can continue this conversation later.
Okay.
Brings us 1900 hours. We're going to hear testimony and comment on the acceptance of approximately 2,400, is it lane feet or linear
Linear
feet?
feet.
Linear feet of Hilburn Road off Twin Bridge Road as a Class 5 town-maintained road. Going to open a public hearing. Recognize Director Knapp. You got nothing? Okay. Gary, anything?
So I'll talk then, just
Okay.
because I can. So Gary came in today and we worked together because, for those of you that haven't been through the acceptance of a road, Benji and I talked today as well. When you do the acceptance of a road, Gary has had the planning board out for several site walks.
Yep.
The town engineer's been out and exchange, and basically has made sure the i's were dotted, t's were crossed. And then in part of the subdivision regulations, once the planning board is happy, they recommend to us to do it. Benji's been out there. So what that does require you to do is, Gary has to post a warranty bond, which is 25% of the total cost that he has to leave with us for 2 years in the event that something is to happen. Gary and I have talked about this. I know how long ago has that road been built? Go up there. He built it in '09, but he's not gotten around to finishing it, but he still has to follow the requirement of the 25%.
Okay.
Which, I'll just say, he did today. His insurance company sent me over the bond, which is $162,986.75. I have it right here.
Okay.
So he did his due diligence. We also, I believe he should have a deed for us to the roadway.
Original,
Yeah,
And
because
I
I have
have
to
a-
send it to be recorded.
and so this can be recorded too.
Yeah.
As an original of
Right.
for the insurance.
So we worked to do the due diligence so that he wasn't surprised when he got here today.
Okay.
The only thing I do have to track down, and that's in-house, is the road as-built to go record as well.
Okay.
I didn't get a hold of Art today. I don't know if Art sent it when someone else was down here in the office, but we don't have one here, so I'll have to have it.
That's when he sent it, but I'll be
Right.
talking to him in the morning, as soon as he.
Can you have him send me another one, because we can't find it here? Change of personnel, I don't know what they did with everything, so if you could send another one and leave those with me, and then I can record it all.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take it, so he can know.
No, you've been working with it, so, yeah. might as well
No,
hear
he
it.
did build it in 2009, right?
09, yeah. Started in May and finished in November. One coat of paper.
Okay.
Then we started building houses.
And
Anybody-
now he's done, top coat's on.
Yeah.
They found the markers,
Yeah,
all the markers.
Found-
Shoulders,
He's posted his bond.
shoulders are done.
All right, so it sounds like everything's been completed. Benji's happy with it. Unfortunately, he has to plow it now, but he's happy, he's
Is
happy with
that
the
tomorrow?
construction of it.
Yeah, when is the date of that?
I'll personally go down in the morning and record these if I have to. Just so I don't have to plow it again, please.
So, I,
It'll be too late
Well,
for
you don't
to
have
add
to
it
wait
the
90
list,
days for that to be official.
right?
yeah. Yeah, nice,
He's
Yeah.
gonna,
yeah.
Good thing I put a lot of salt on it last storm.
Does any board member have any comments?
I went down there with the planning board. and
Huh?
I've been down there with the planning board, and that's.
It's all there?
All there. The only thing that, the first time we went down, there was missing some boundaries, but those were corrected right off, so.
Okay. The public at large doesn't seem to have many comments, a lot of empty seats. So I'm gonna close the public hearing then. And I will entertain a motion if the board has no discussion.
I move we accept approximately 2,400 linear feet of Hilburn Road, which is off of Twin Bridge Road, as a Class 5 town-maintained road.
Second?
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna abstain. And when does that take effect?
In 20 minutes.
it won't be on tonight's list, because they're already out.
It'll be,
Yeah.
done, I would say, upon filing with the.
Upon
Right.
filing,
Yeah.
yeah,
He knows, he's just joking.
I know.
So at least, well, it's in the we gotta put it in the record to make sure that it's accepted upon filing. So we can't say, oh, yeah, well, 6 months from now.
No,
Yeah.
no, once I get it, I'll send it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But I will say, thank you for doing that this morning, it made life a lot easier for
Yeah.
tonight.
All the way around.
Okay.
All right, thank you,
Okay.
Gary.
Yep.
All right, we will continue with the correspondence of the business. Sherry with the State Registry of Deeds for the Gordon Brown buildings.
Yeah. So I'm happy to work on that here and get it done. It'll come to you guys, you'll have to sign it, Ricky. And that gets sent in to the state, and then they, go through it, and then I'll have to work on the grant.
And this is to accept the state, any
Any money that we want to.
money
yeah,
that grants or otherwise from the
Yeah.
state or the state has their hands in.
Yeah,
Okay. Can we get, do you have the form?
I'll get it right offline.
All right,
It's on.
is that something you can forward to us so we can read through it?
Sure.
I just want to make sure that we're not going to be tied into something we don't.
Because, I've done.
I understand that, like I
Yeah.
said, I've never seen the form,
Yeah.
and I'd like to see it, because I like the concept in
Yeah.
general of the historic, registry. I just kind of want to see it
Yeah,
and just make sure
sure.
that we're,
I'll
our
send
eyes
it
are
to you.
good.
If it works, that way you get grants from
Right, yeah,
that,
well,
and
yeah,
New
no,
Hampshire, or was it the New Hampshire Preservation?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a member of that, and I can't.
New Hampshire Preservation Alliance.
Yeah, Preservation License.
yeah, so.
Revisit this next meeting?
Yeah, once, if you send, like I said, send it over to us, or
yeah.
email us the link or something, and we can
Yeah,
we can
sure.
read it on our own time,
Yeah.
so. All right, cool. Gonna recognize Director Knapp with a question that we had brought up in public comment. Okay, well, we will enlighten you.
Yeah, you missed that, so.
We had public comment inquiring about Duck Pond.
Okay,
Did we have hands in that, or no?
what about it?
So
Draining it.
Apparently it's drained currently. We did.
Yep.
Was that the back dam off Duck Pond Road?
No, it's off 114.
Okay. All right. I don't know, it was inquired, and we didn't know if it was the state, if it was us, if it was
No,
DES.
because per order of the Board of Selectmen of the town of Ware, you guys ordered the state to stop, or asked the state to stop maintaining that.
Okay,
Maybe not you guys, but the board.
okay.
Well,
And they
What was the
refused to
reasoning
help.
behind that, do you know? The reasoning behind that?
Behind what?
Us,
Telling the state to stop touching it.
Because we had an individual come in that used to fish there when he was a little boy and thought that it was kept too low, drained too low.
okay.
And I warned it was gonna cause problems because, and he says, well, I'll take my own backhoe down there if it gets too high. Well, I knew that weren't gonna happen. And it didn't happen. And then what happened is, the water comes up and goes over that dam. You know, got high enough, it came out into Duck Pond Road and came around. So then the beavers built up along Duck Pond Road and built that up. And then it come out on the state road ditch line. So
Yep.
then they built that up. And then they kept doing this. And the water was about 2 feet above Duck Pond Road. It was back clear up. And none of them came here and voiced concern that I'm aware. I encouraged them to. There's a lot of property owners, well, not a lot, but the ones that back side of Duck Pond, that had a lot of timber and trees that were dying due to the water flooding their property. They were unhappy about it. Some folks down on, this is George Moody down there, they were concerned about it blowing all at once and coming down and flooding their property. And I was hesitant trapping the beavers because there's a ton of them, and then really none of that is town of Ware owned. That's kind of been my gripe about this all along. Every time it blows out and I gotta go fix it, it's always a Sunday when I'm out doing something else, and I gotta come in and do it.
Yep.
And I warned that that was gonna happen. And now we had to deal with it. So the best way I could think of dealing with it is wait until it froze, because the beavers won't keep damming it up, and we drained it. They'll build it back up again. But what I'm gonna do as soon as the snow's gone is take the excavator and go out on Duck Pond Road on our piece and remove that beaver dam that's been built up.
Now, we'll put it back to the proper level.
And, yeah, at least give them all summer to do it over again.
Can we, faces change as you have said, can we eat crow and have the state come back?
Good luck.
Okay, I don't know, I'm asking.
Every time, and I don't wanna, because
think it should
obviously get along very well with some of the state employees, but I've discussed that and I got told you guys said, because I asked for help on the culvert, which to me is their culvert going under Duck Pond. I was told that that wasn't our culvert. It was the same week that I tried to discuss with them the catch basins along in front of middle school that we had problems with
Yep.
that I had to fix. It has nothing to do with the town of Ware. It should be the school or
Or the state.
Because next time that happens, I'm gonna fill them in, because the only people that's gonna bother is the state.
Yeah.
So,
Just,
you're not gonna get any help about it. I don't know what to do other than moving the beavers, and I think that's a private dam. Doesn't a private individual own that pond?
in Moody Pond, yes.
No, they own Duck Pond too, I think.
I thought the Duck Pond was a town.
How far back does the state own off 114?
Well, I don't know out to the pond, but the marker's right at the corner of the bank fence there, on the other side of that intersection.
Oh,
So they own,
If you look where their little picket fence,
Yep.
or whatever the split rail fence is, there's a boundary there, and that's the state. So that whole ditch line and everything's the state. And that culvert's too low, so under duck ponds, that water's gotta come up and come out of it. It's probably too low, cause that ditch line's probably filled in over the years. But, it's drained because I went over there and drained it to try to start over in the spring, cause I wanna remove the dam along Duck Pond Road.
can you, under the cover, get a contact, and can we reach out to the state?
I can try, yeah.
You'd have to go to the district engineer for the District 6,
That-
District 5.
That's fine.
So,
You can get us-
or write it to Director of Operations.
I'm saying it comes from us, not
Yeah,
from
you'd have to
him.
write it to probably the best thing would be the Director of Operations in Concord at the
Yeah,
Morton Building.
all right, and
which
that- and
would be-
I talked to the district foreman, who I know and get along with, and just, it isn't, and I don't know whose it is. I think that's privately owned. I think that
Okay.
goes that subdivision.
Well, maybe we need to look in to find out who owns it.
Dave Rodriguez, the guy who's the Director of Operations.
so you're, right now, your intention is, in the spring, to raise the level back up to normal level?
I ain't raising it. I'm sure the beavers will.
Yeah,
I hope it grows full of pine trees and ain't no more water there, but
yeah.
Well, the thing is that we have a right,
The
if
snake
it's,
pit anyway.
if the beavers are building a dam and it's washing out our road, we have a right to remediate
I just
that.
removed the beaver dam like
Yeah.
I do every time we go to remove it. It's
Yeah.
just there's ice there, so they're not swimming up putting sticks back
Well,
overnight.
it also,
Because you gotta remove it a little at a time. We did this all summer long. We went and frigged with that stupid dam.
the other thing lots of
But
times.
they
is-
put it back, because you only move a little bit, can't let it all at once. But they kept putting it back just as fast. We'd steal some on Duck Pond Road. I'd take my own pickup on the way home after the backhoe had been taking it out and try to run the sticks over to let water out just as late as I could, and they'd have it dammed up by morning.
Yeah.
Of course, you know what the summer weather was like. It
Yeah.
rained all
They're,
summer. And just-
they're
Trying to start
they're
over,
industrious.
but I don't know what long-term, somebody's gotta mess with it, or somebody's gotta trap the beavers out of there, and I
Well, I'm
got to guess
thinking-
there's a lot of beavers in there.
I'm thinking we gotta trap the beavers out of there, as many as it takes, but I think that's the ultimate root cause here, is if we could get them under control, we could regulate it to the proper amount.
So
But-
many, I guess it's soured me on a little, right? There's so many opinions on it. This person likes the pond, that person doesn't like the pond, this person likes the beavers, and people up there taking pictures of beavers every time they're damming our holes back up.
Yeah,
And don't feel where it's not a town dam and it's shouldn't be a town issue that I, as Public Works
be
Director, ought to
state.
be in the social media, being the guy that shot the beavers. And
the beavers or whatever, yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
I
if you're
got
gonna,
enough publicity as this job. I don't need to
If-
be
More.
doing something that ain't my
if
job.
you're gonna get somebody to trap them, you better have something in the budget, because they don't do it for free.
No, I know they don't,
And you're gonna
because there's a
pay.
lot of regulations behind
And
it.
I
Well, no,
haven't
the other
found
thing is
anybody
they used to
trap
do
yet
it just.
either. That's
they
the
used-
other problem.
They used to do it just for the pelts, not anymore, because they don't get any money for
What
it.
about the
So, if they're gonna do it, they're
I
gonna
do.
want you to pay.
trapping permit for the Woods' property? What about that? Wonder if that guy'd be interested.
You guys got names, I'll look, but the one guy that came
Glenn?
that actually had legal permits, because I've had people.
That's
come
the other
say,
thing, yeah.
Wanted $500 to set up and $100 a beaver, and I've seen him catch a dozen beavers out of one hole.
You get as many as 20 out
That's
of one hunt.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I got a guy in house that's really trying to get his own trapper's license. I said, you get all the stuff, or we'll talk about letting you trap, but nobody actually has, be careful of that stuff. I know there's people out there, so you guys got names, throw them at me, but.
Right.
So I got other places besides Duck Pond that need the beavers trapped out of them. Up here on, Thorndike and
Yeah,
Hodgdon there at that
Yeah.
intersection. I got one in there messing with me, and
yeah.
so.
All right,
I'd like to
You can't
reopen
just roll-
discussions with the state.
You can't roll up there and just
absolutely.
shoot them. There's a
No.
bank and a federal post office. That's a good way to go to jail, so.
yeah,
I don't know
well,
what
you
to do
know,
about 'em.
can we reach out to the district engineer or whoever it may
I'd
be?
go right,
Name, I'll call him. but
you'd
I
probably
don't
go
know.
right
Oh, no,
to the,
we can get a hold of him, it's not a big deal.
put it in writing to the Director of
Yeah,
Operations.
put it in writing to the director and we'll see from there.
Director of Operations
If-
at
if you
Concord,
want me to
and let
sign it-
go that way.
If you want me to sign it, I'm sure the board is okay with that.
Sure, no
Sure.
problem.
Okay. So,
Naomi, do you know why it got taken, the state dropped all that? That's all state property. We shouldn't be
no,
touching it.
Benji said that we told them to
We told
get
There was
lost.
there was a fight a few years ago, when I remember that.
And we told them to get lost.
And we were to the point where we had a crowd come in here, and they didn't want them doing it, and it was decided that
Wow.
the state would not do that.
Right, so, but I think it's time to get the state back involved. If it's theirs, they
It's
need to be
theirs, they
involved.
need to
Within
be
their
doing
right
it.
of way, so,
Right.
I mean, that culvert that's in there now that crosses 114 was theirs, they put it in. I
Right.
remember when they did it.
Yeah. I remember when it collapsed.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yep,
I was there.
so was
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Hey, New Boston just went through the road. What?
Yeah,
New Boston just went through the road. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That sounds bad. So, all right. So we'll move forward with that and see what we can do.
So we're not doing any work, Ben, down on Moody Pond either, right?
Yeah, that was also
Oh,
brought up,
that-
the dam on Moody Pond.
That's private,
Yeah.
Pond's private.
yeah.
Correct.
That's what I find funny about this whole situation, is the person that owns Moody Pond's the one that's concerned about that pond.
Yeah.
Gotta fix their own pond.
Did we
All right.
pull out the dam on Moody Pond?
No.
No.
He said not, did not.
that one went out by itself.
That one I'm about.
Okay, well, I mean, that was.
It was we were down there a month and a half ago or so. We dumped the tanker so they could do CDL testing, and it looked fragile then. The dam did. I was
Well,
when we had the 6-inch dump valve open, I was kind of watching it, hoping it didn't go down creek.
The actual dam undermined a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Well, this was the Beaver Dam right at the pull off.
So they probably haven't, that's that tender, then that means they haven't been working
Yeah.
on it to repair it. 'cause-
No.
No,
So
No, they're working on the one right behind what used to be the snack shack. They're in there.
they're in there, Beaver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
good for them. All right.
Yeah.
move to the administrator's report.
Okay, you all have one in front of you.
Mhm.
First, I'll just go down through, I don't know if you still want to leave the custodial position on or just get rid of it.
I think we can get rid of it for now. What do you guys think?
Yep.
I just don't think we're ever going to do anything.
No.
Not in the near future.
No, because you actually approved the
The
Cleaning
housekeeping
lady to do a
again.
little bit more,
Yeah, housekeeping, yeah.
Yep.
joint loss. They haven't met since COVID. I have no idea what, I guess I can reach back out and see what they're doing because we're supposed to have one.
Yep.
Radio communication, we know is open because we're just waiting to see kind of what happens through town meeting and stuff. I just left it open.
Yep.
Forestry contract, now that things have slowed down, I should be able to get back to doing that, so, we can get that on track for this year in '22.
Going back to radio communication.
Sure.
When I spoke to the gentleman from Two-Way, he said that he was still waiting on, an email from you to approve them coming in to evaluate the voter sites and what we currently have. We had approved
30-ish,
$30-ish thousand dollars
Mhm.
out of last year's money to do that. Where are we at with that process?
I haven't reached out to him. I
Okay.
haven't had time.
Okay,
I can email him and tell him he can start here, come in here.
thank you.
Please.
Yeah, no problem. Tennis court, we know we're waiting on ARPA. That's just gonna stay on there open. Collins is gonna be open per the RSA. We'll seek that when we have a minute. You all know the trustees for the cemetery. We actually brought Judy Rogers back in to try to help us straighten out the stuff. I just gotta get the books from the current sexton to
Mhm.
see where we are. Just so asbestos testing, part of your requirement on the 487 John Stark Highway or North Stark Highway.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked 3 companies to do quotes, but due to the snow and the icy and, I just don't think we're gonna plow the driveway just to invite everybody up there to play. So I informed them that we would maybe have to wait till spring or till it's enough that they can go up through there. I just don't think it's gonna invite. I know it's beyond your 90 days, but there's not much we can do, and I think if you
With the
plow and
current
open it up,
circumstances,
you're just
I don't think
gonna-
That's an issue if the board doesn't.
No, I don't. Not with snow on the ground, but as soon
just-
as the driveway's accessible, I think
That's why I put it on here so we can keep it
yep,
going.
needs to keep going.
So the driveway bond policy, when Benji had come in here before, we'd said we'd come up with a policy by the 31st, but nobody anticipated
Snow and ice and
snow,
rain
And
and
then Benji
sleet.
being sick.
Mhm.
So we're gonna work on that,
Yeah.
so it's on here for a reason. So just wanted to tell you an update on the new town truck. You all saw it parked out there. It was picked up at the dealership on 222. We immediately came back and went down to Mulholland to do the undercoating, so the undercoating's been done. Then the town seals, Benji's guys put the town seals on, and the new plates are being applied for. So
Awesome, thank you.
Are we gonna rhino line the bed?
At some point.
I gotta get prices.
Okay.
I didn't realize Banks did it, or we could have done it something with them.
Mhm.
And there's a place in Bow. I just gotta get a couple
Yep.
of prices.
Okay.
Yep. The one I added, I signed one of your Eversource ones, and it was for the lots that we have in front, lots of 192 and 193 on Gettings Road. Lost Boys Hideout, if you remember back in October, we got a letter regarding their building of their platforms to have their campers. Do you want them to pursue a current use penalty for the areas that are being used?
Yes.
Should be.
Yes.
Yes. Next one, I want to just, so the schedule, I know you already read the manifest and you're not really meeting on the 14th. So what needs to happen, and I won't be here, but Beth and Maureen are gonna work together, is after Saturday, the ballot would get, a draft of the ballot comes from LHS. Maureen will forward it to Beth. Beth will have it and forward it to you guys. You guys have to meet that night for a couple minutes just to approve the ballot so that Maureen can order it,
All right,
because it's a town ballot.
it's fine.
So I'm gonna post 6:30 on the 14th for a brief meeting. It'll be about as long as the truck meeting was, or
That's fine.
shorter.
It's fine.
So that'll be, I'll post that, and then the following week, Monday is a holiday. You're not gonna live without meeting that week, because there's just too many things. And that's why Beth wrote it the way she wrote. I would ask that nobody's meeting on Tuesday, the 22nd or the 23rd. I'm actually leaning towards the 23rd. It's easier for me, but that's, instead of Monday, the 21st, it'd be a Wednesday night, the 23rd. Either night's open, but I'm not here Tuesday, it's just, I stay here till the meeting, but if Tuesday's the number, Tuesday's the number.
There is a conflict with the 14th, might have to be a little earlier, 6:15. They're doing an awards night with Board of Fire Awards.
I haven't posted it yet, you just tell me. You're only gonna be here about 5 minutes.
I understand that, but maybe we ought to do a 6:15.
Block, 6:15.
Their
6:15,
meeting.
6:30.
Oh, theirs is at 6. I
Yeah.
thought they started before us at 6, so
The Board of Fire Awards, I thought started at
at
6.
6.
I see 6:30, I don't know.
Oh, maybe because of what they're doing.
What they're
Maybe,
doing,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's fine.
Just clarify, make sure, but let's
Mm-hmm.
work,
Is
try and work around
6:15
that.
work for everybody? You're only gonna be here a couple
Yeah,
minutes.
6:15 works for
Fine,
me.
yeah.
I'll check.
You'll probably be here less than 15 minutes.
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, we can do that.
And then as far as the next week, do you have a preference on
Wednesday's
Tuesday,
fine with me.
Wednesday?
Wednesday's fine.
Wednesday,
else?
okay for everybody?
Yeah,
6:30?
yeah.
Okay. I'm off as regular on Tuesdays, and then I will be gone the 14th through the 18th. We're
Okay.
gonna take off. I've got things pretty much, town reports done. The mailer, I'm just kinda waiting on.
Uh-huh.
That's all going to the printer on the 21st, because I'll be back Saturday night, and I'll take it to the printer Monday on my day off. Get that going, because that leaves him a short window, but we're in good shape there. I will post too that we'll be together on Saturday, 9 o'clock. Also, I will be putting out on the website, we'll probably put it on Facebook as well, is we're gonna be live streaming Saturday at the school. You won't have the original setup, we're gonna have, there's not enough reach to have us sit on stage. So we're gonna sit in front of the stage with an L. So you 5 would sit here, and the L would contain
The chiefs.
myself, Beth, Benji, and the 2 chiefs.
Okay.
So we'll sit on the L. You guys are gonna have microphones. Then there'll be 2, how it was explained to me, there'll be 2 microphones for the crowd, one for masked, one for unmasked. That's how they're gonna do it on Wednesday.
Okay.
Because Wednesday's gonna work the same way. What it's gonna do for you is, we bought some SD cards, so the SD card's gonna record it, and then Doug will bring it back over here and we can rerun it. Because it's gonna be put through there, it's probably sau24.org, then you search that on YouTube, but then we're gonna replay it here and on their cable channel.
Perfect.
Town hall projects, bell tower, so Riverdale Road, River Road, the town engineer survey crew sent me a survey, and has submitted it to me. I have to take a minute when him and I have time to go over and see the intention of what Mr. Dusso wants to do. They did finish the work and I have the plan, so we'll get together on that. And our next step, because that's gonna take, probably a planning
Yeah.
and a zoning trip, because you're gonna make his lot more non-conforming, but for the safety and everything else, he's going to do that. So it's gonna take a couple of steps.
I think the benefit outweighs.
Right.
So,
So we will do that, and then the last thing that I have is, Mary Ann put together a letter for, the tax department at Eversource Energy, and it's for, Miss Caldwell, and it says, per our assessor request, we're requesting a detailed asset report for all transmission assets located in the municipality, including FERC code, year put in service, asset description, as well as original cost. Please include the number of easement acres. I think that's all to do with taxation. It says this information shall be provided us by July 1st in order for us to forward to our assessor to properly value your assets for the tax year 2022. If you have any questions in it, you guys will need to authorize the chair, because she typed one signature line.
Make a motion to authorize the chair to sign.
Second.
moved and seconded, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Abstain.
Oh, we have 4 minutes.
You're fast.
Sorry.
I gotta sign 2 copies, right?
I think,
one
yes,
in the
one
front,
for
one
us
back.
and one for, yeah. Thank you. I don't know if you want to, you could start
I
your
had a
public.
I had a question. Oh, 2 things.
Yes.
First thing is, I took a walk around up in the 2nd floor, as far as the painting and everything like that. big shout out to the vendor who did that. Did a great job up there with what he had to work with. So, came out great. And as we spoke of a few minutes ago, all these storms and everything, shout out to the DPW for really stepping forward. The roads were great, so.
You want to mention the vendor's name? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Mesquite Painting. Yep. Actually ran into him over the weekend, so.
No, they
good jog
were,
My memory,
and I'm just going to say they were the best.
yeah.
They came
Accommodating.
in, accommodated, they stayed out of the way of the public. They worked around all of our schedules, so when I was off downstairs doing the taxes, they did my office.
Mhm.
When Karen was on vacation in December, they did her office.
Mm-hmm.
Beth got a little, I mean, we had to displace Beth a couple times, but what happened is Beth was able to come down here
Right.
and use the tax office. So they really worked around everything, and in the meantime, as you see, I took the bathroom off there, because I
Yep.
know you don't go in the ladies' room, but they really did a nice job in the ladies' room and the men's room.
Okay.
So it doesn't look so ugly anymore. It got freshened up, and the stall is down, which, you know, they took the stall down. You open up the women's room and there still was a stall. It was kind of weird. But they cleaned it all up and it really looks nice in there.
Okay, perfect. Well, we
So,
appreciate that.
you know, that's why you had the extra,
Yeah.
but I think you had a quote for $1,500
Yeah.
for the women's room
Yep.
at one time, and the extra included materials and his time for both bathrooms, which was extra,
Yeah,
was $2,050. I think that was a deal.
that's a deal.
So, I want to thank him, because he worked diligently around the
Mhm.
customers, and when
And
people wanted to come upstairs, he got out of the way, and so,
excellent. Much
you couldn't have
appreciated.
asked for better help.
Cool.
Wonder how much it would cost to repaint this room?
This is a little darker. We used antique white.
Yeah,
It's a
it'd be
little
nice
lighter.
to have this, that color
And
too.
you'll also,
Looks
I'm sorry,
dingy in
so,
here.
so what he also did is, you noticed when Benji's guys put the window in,
Yeah,
you always notice the window, so he found the blue and he did the window, and if you go in the tax office, this same blue follows the whole thing. It's not that ugly white anymore.
nice.
So he did the two-tone just like everything else. So all of that extra was really,
Yeah, above.
really buttoned the place up, and there was some white paint on a couple of the things. He just touched them up with blue.
Beautiful.
You know, it makes a whole lot of difference.
But he's right, this place is, this room
Well,
needs,
it's the yellow, it's the yellowy.
That's right, it's
It
not
looks-
the antique white,
It
it's
looks
a yellow
dirty,
color.
kind of.
right,
that's why
yeah,
it's
and that's
just
what, that's what John's saying, it's grungy-ish looking, you know?
Yeah, but it's not of a material.
No, it's
not of
not,
a material that you could wash.
right,
No, no.
exactly. No, it needs to be painted.
Yeah, it
Have to
needs,
have it
Yep.
to be
Should,
painted
can we
white.
get a quote on repainting this room? I mean, this is our main function room for a lot of town activities.
yeah, I'd like to get rid of that box too at the same time.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah.
that, yeah, Selectman Van and I were talking about
Only
that.
a little
Just
thing
making
in
a
it.
little cabinet and getting rid of the antique
big
on the
thing.
top and,
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe we can see if we can find a better table set up down at White's.
Yeah, White Farm or something like
White's
that.
Farm.
See, we've tried that a couple of times. This actually came from Coca-Cola,
Yep.
yeah,
because it was the only one that was long enough. Our other one, we were hovered in together.
right.
Well, where did the other one go? We had a nice,
Town hall,
oh, that's at the
town
town,
stage.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right,
For the,
Can I ask one question? I'm also working on the mailer, but in the mailer, I'm gonna try to get an answer from Laura. Because I'm thinking that we can do Zoom for candidates night.
Oh.
It's not a meeting per se. I
Right.
do know that the SAU does copy with the superintendent via Zoom. So if we're just providing information to everybody, just double check that we can do that via Zoom, and I think,
I don't see why not, it's not a meeting.
like I said, it's not a meeting, so
and I
it
think
should be
that
fun.
we should, I'll just make sure that we're doing it right. And then, I'm thinking about doing it like either Wednesday or Thursday, I think, because we meet Monday, and I think the zoning board meets Tuesday. So it'd be Wednesday or Thursday before the vote is included a candidates night,
Perfect.
Are
so.
we gonna be having a call-in night like
Time
we
out,
do?
time out.
No.
Time to open the
Oh.
public hearing.
Oh, okay.
Move to open the public hearing to hear public testimony and comment on the establishment of a special revenue fund to be known as the Transfer Station Recyclable Special Revenue Fund, separate from the general fund pursuant to RSA 31:95-C.
second.
Easy.
Hang on.
I know, I made it as a motion,
You
but
made a motion.
I just opened it. Yeah, I'm so used to that. At 1931, 32.
I just seconded your motion to open, that's all.
Yeah.
Carried away.
I did. Recognize DPW Director Knapp. Speak to it.
So I don't know if this is really a new concept, I just don't think, anybody's tried yet, but it's been talked about for years, you know, just inside the shop of keeping some recycling money. And, so the past few years, I've talked to, you know, different people getting different ideas, and we come up with keeping 50% of the annual recycling income, that revenue that we get, to put in a special revenue fund. It has to be approved by the taxpayers at town vote to expend any of it. We can't just spend it here at the podium. Very much like the ambulance fund, I guess you'd call it. And it's so that we can update and buy equipment at the transfer station possibly easier and with more or less no tax impact. I mean, it brings in quite a charge of revenue up there, and there's a lot of stuff needs to be done up there. We're gonna have to ask the voters for soon, like an indoor recycling facility. And when we would go to get a trailer or a skid steer, the money would be there. So that's why the thought came forth. We still wanted to give some back to go to offset taxes, so that's why we decided to pick 50%. Comes time we don't need it, everything's brand new and stuff, then we'll just discontinue it.
Okay. Are you is there gonna be some kind of a cap on it or no? Or do you think it's gonna be revolving enough where it's?
We chose not to put a cap on it out the gate because I think we're gonna be looking to spend it before it gets that high. I really wanna do something with getting some equipment and people in indoor recycling facility. And we're gonna have to have this program for a few years, actually, I think, to
Get it off the
get it.
ground.
I actually would like to move on that sooner than probably gonna have money for it, but we can discuss payments of that later. I'm gonna try to propose something next year maybe. We just gotta do something different if we're gonna keep on doing this.
So you're proposing 50% of the recyclable money coming in.
Yeah.
Approximately, what are you thinking per year?
It's so different, depends on the price of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we took in less pounds of recyclables and almost doubled our revenue from last year this year because fuel's out of sight, so. It directly drives off fuel. We went from paying to get rid of paper to getting paid for paper, you know?
Yep.
It's just, I can't tell you. This year, if we'd had it this year, we'd have got about $40,000.
Okay.
If we
Into the fund?
For 20, if we had had
Okay.
it, yep.
Can you, just thinking for Saturday, can you get, say, the last 5 years of what those numbers would have been?
I can try.
Okay. Roughly. I'm not saying to the penny, but roughly.
I'm sure somebody can.
Yeah.
The last few years have been lousy recycling just because.
Because of COVID
recyclables
restrictions and
have been
recyclables
terrible.
and fuel and,
Right.
yeah. But I'm just thinking that people are gonna probably want hard numbers.
Yeah,
That's all.
yep.
Is recyclables open to everything now, or are we still limited what we can get out, we can get money for?
No, everything,
Everything's open again?
yeah.
The plastic
Is
isn't
that
as,
for plastic, or is that?
Well, you could, I don't have manpower to do what I got, and I ain't doing no more until we fix it.
so if you had enough money in the kitty, you could actually probably buy a tractor trailer?
That would help. Yeah, there's lots of things moving forward I wanna do, but I don't wanna spoil the stuff that I've been going for every year, right? Plow trucks and trash trailers, and I don't wanna spoil that by adding in a trash hauling truck or a recycling facility,
Right.
but we got to do something. I mean, this could set every transfer station that touches our border is smaller than us by far, with the exception of Goffstown, I guess.
Yeah,
You don't technically touch us though. And, they'd move a quarter of what we do maybe, and they get 3 times the help, and they get indoor recycling facilities and new trailers, and it's, we got new trailers now, and skid steer, but you just, nobody's still outside. And if I ever do, you know, down the road discussion, but if part of an indoor recycling facility and stuff, if this were to ever fund out, would different type of baler that could be fed all with equipment, so maybe you could go back to recycling more types of things without increasing manpower. They're all thoughts that the squirrel cage are rolling around in my head, but we gotta start with revenue first, money to pay for these things, and this was the best way I thought I could do it without having another big thing on the warrant article every year, you know?
Now, the other question is don't we have a capital reserve fund for that? I know this is a special revenue fund, but don't we have a capital reserve fund?
We do, but nobody ever wants to put money in it, so it's just whatever you get for trade-in, you know?
Well,
Instead-
capital reserve is funded from taxpayer money.
Correct.
This would be funded from,
Correct. This is a special revenue fund, right? This is different. It's,
So we never
but-
put money into any of them, but like when we traded the skid steer, I suppose that 11 grand went into that. And
Yeah.
we used it, I think we used it last year on the trade, I don't remember. We got a little bit in there, but
What-
it's very little. It never gets above 20 or 30,000. Everybody wants to spend it on the next purchase. So
right.
we're,
Um,
talking some fairly big things coming up the pike, so.
Okay. I'm just thinking that, I don't want to say repetitiveness, but kind of, if they're more unlikely more or less the same, could we eliminate one down the road?
I don't think so, because to me, they're separate. I'm probably the wrong person to answer this question, but our capital reserve funds in this town, all it does is, the only thing goes in that's the trade-in value.
Right, no, I understand that, and whatever the taxpayer vote in.
They were a true fund that we went and asked taxpayers every year for, but that just doesn't happen. No one believes in saving money. So, this is, I thought
Why
the best
couldn't-
way without really hitting,
I mean, this is on the ballot, I understand that, but why couldn't we, because the fund that's there available now is for transfer station equipment. Why couldn't you have come in and said, I want to change that to equipment and buildings and have this 50% fund that? It would eliminate one,
Modify that.
modify
Fund.
the existing
'cause I think they're
fund.
separate.
I think you have to separate them, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking that there has to be separate because, like you said, one is from
This is a
taxation,
special
one is
revenue coming from a
one is from
specific
revenue stream.
Revenue stream.
This one, yeah.
Emergencies, right?
I'm just asking.
No,
Well,
I'm thinking that's what it is, though.
here's the other thing. Now, this fund that he set up, to spend money out of it, gotta go to the voters at
Right.
the
Yes.
town meeting.
The other
Whereas
ones
the
don't.
capital reserve, you don't. So
We're the agents to expend.
we're the agents to expend. So, I mean, it's two
An
separate
emergency,
funds.
You
there's
don't wanna
money
do
there.
away with that. in
Money
case you have
there
emergency
in an
failure. You
emergency.
can't
So,
wait
I
a year
mean,
to
if
come
you
ask
do
for
away with that, then you're gonna be,
Yeah, you might be.
All right.
happen.
Just
Unless you
make a
wanna,
discussion.
unless you wanna, rewrite the whole thing.
I forgot, that's a good point. We
Yeah.
discussed that earlier and I forgot
Yeah.
that.
This one.
Yeah, you guys, if my compactor failed, you guys could authorize
Which
me to
is-
do something out of the,
5-6 years, that's gonna be added
right,
into the
you
light.
guys could authorize that, where the special revenue would have to ask the voters.
Okay, all right,
I think you wanna keep them separate.
okay.
We don't
That's
continue to
why
put
it's a
into the
special.
capital reserve fund, that's just by trade, money never
Correct.
continues to go in.
Most
Whatever
places-
fits
Or
in.
via taxation,
Yeah.
warrant article.
Yeah, most of them
Right.
put
Right.
money into the capital reserve funds for so much each year, so they can go buy something further down
Right.
the road.
Like the
We haven't done
hiccup
that.
on the trash trailer there, that's why there's a little bit in capital reserve.
Right.
There was a
Yeah.
mess up on the
Yeah.
trash trailer.
Yeah,
That's the only way money ever gets.
and that usually doesn't happen,
No.
no.
It won't happen again.
I know that, they'll make sure of that.
At least not with that vendor.
Not with that vendor, no. And that's nationwide, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other board comments?
Yeah, so we're saying this transfer station recyclable, special revenue fund, this has to be voted,
By
For the-
town meeting.
Expenditure has to be,
expenditure
Has
is
to be voted on by the,
by the
By the
public
voters.
body, by the
by the,
voters.
not by selectmen,
No, we're not the agents to expend this fund.
all right.
The
By-
taxpayers
By
are.
the taxpayers,
Yes, we are the agents to expend the capital revenue,
capital
yeah,
revenue.
capital reserve fund.
capital reserve, excuse me, capital reserve fund, but we are not gonna be the agents to expend this one.
Taxpayers still have the final vote in it.
Yes,
Saying
exactly, yep.
whatever I expend out of it.
Okay,
Just like the ambulance one,
right,
that's why
just
you
like,
see it on there.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right. Any other board comments? Open it to the public?
Casper shakes his head.
Yep, yeah, the ghost in the corner says no. Gonna close the hearing. And I think we've pretty much ironed everything out. I don't think there's gonna be any changes.
No, I don't think you
Nope.
think you have to make a
Take any action.
motion, because
No, we won't take any
you just
action.
have to, per the RSA, came from Laura as well as DRA, if you're gonna start a special revenue fund, you have to have a public hearing before.
Yep.
At least 15 days, but not more than 30 days before the question's to be voted on, so
Here we are.
we're just squeaked under.
Yep.
because of the 28 days, so
Right.
30 days, so.
Okay, perfect.
No, there's no action because it's gonna go to the ballot anyway.
All right.
Ask him a question.
You close the public hearing?
He did.
I closed it already.
Yeah.
Okay. You can.
What's the status of the 4,500?
Still dead.
Hmm?
Still dead.
I understand it's dead, but
So it had insurance adjuster come down, crawl under it, give him a creeper, explained to him what I thought, was messed up on it, some things. They wrote it up and just had said a wiring harness. Well, there's other things, shifting linkages and that, things that caused it to catch on fire. So I was unhappy with it. So I got their permission. We're gonna take it to a third-party vendor to get their opinion and their write-up, and the insurance company will make an adjustment to the check. They wrote us a check for the price of what they think a wiring harness costs. And if there's more in the future, then they told me over the phone that they'll,
Can you get a wiring harness?
huh?
Can you get a wiring harness?
That's another argument of mine.
Where did he say?
He told me that because I said, you can't find them. He says, so he called me and he says that, Andy assumed I was doing it in the shop, too, by the way. And, so he says, I did find a wiring harness for that. I said, you're kidding me. He says, I can't even find front end parts for that. How'd you find a wiring harness? Well, I found one on eBay. I said, it's a government entity. I don't shop on eBay. And that's about as far as that conversation went, but. So, I mean, it was friendly and all, I suppose, but I said, I'm not happy that I told you the shifting link is burnt in half because it don't work. Oh, yeah, I forgot, he says. And I said, something caused a fire. Just before that, there was a big poof and lost all the brakes. So something blew and blew brake fluid all over the exhaust is what I think. I don't know for sure, but, so. They're gonna pay to have it go to TMS. TMS is gonna evaluate it. I'm gonna have them put labor charges in because if they're gonna make me fix it, somebody else is fixing it.
Yep.
I got a shop full of broken stuff. I started this storm out with a broken truck, so, I ain't
and all that's not gonna happen before Saturday.
No.
no.
Damn it. That's what I was after.
They're gonna make us fix it.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Cause
maybe.
their opinion of what that thing is worth, I told him if I get half of what he told me that thing was worth, I said I'd click my heels all the way to the bank with the check. He said, I found one online for $32,000. I said, not to hold salt its whole life, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
But I don't, they're the ones that write this stuff, I don't know. I don't know their job, I guess, but.
Unbelievable.
So they're evaluating that truck at 30 grand, and so it's $1,500, $1,900 warrant, well, it's $2,900.
We have $1,000 off.
We have $1,000 deductible, so we're gonna get a check for $1,900.
Until it goes TMS and they give us a better quote.
Right, I hope so.
Yep. All right.
So that's the status.
I'd be curious. I mean, we stopped down the South Weare, they got one for sale out in the front lawn, line. I wonder how much they're looking to get that.
I didn't know if it was possible. I was gonna just check in and see if I get a true what's the word I'm
So
looking
basically, if we,
evaluation of what the
Appraisal.
truck's actually worth
Yeah.
from somebody.
An
I don't know
appraisal.
who does that stuff. But
Yeah, not in this area. I don't know.
yeah.
as long as I don't have to fix it, I don't care if we fix it or don't. But I ain't hauling in putting.
So if it gets fixed, it'll get traded.
Mm-hmm. We get traded in. Well, yeah, right. Yeah, 'cause we just total deal on it. But we still got front end parts I can't get. We still got the front end that this end was new, the other end's discontinued, so we put a new piece together with a bad piece, put it back in the truck, so it's still don't, it's a mess. You just can't get parts for that thing.
No.
You cannot
No,
do it.
the 4,500 is discontinued
Yeah.
and then some.
Well, I just wanted this for
Yeah.
for Saturday.
No, I hear you.
But I'm not putting any money out of my budget into it.
No.
It's gonna go down the road. The insurance company, from what they told me, are gonna pay us, it'll get fixed so it runs, if they don't total it.
Okay, bye.
So basically, it's going one way or the other.
Going one way or the other.
All right. Any other business? Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Benji, I got just a comment.
All right.